National Action Network has been on the forefront of the fight for police reform, voting rights, economic parity, access to health care, workers' rights, and so much more.
NAN is a social justice action organization. We're grounded in the teachings of Dr. Martin Luther King, but committed to putting them in action.
NAN's first chairman of the board of directors was Reverend Dr. Wyatt T. Walker, former chief of staff to Dr. Martin Luther King's organization, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. He was succeeded by Reverend Dr. W. Franklin Richardson, who currently serves as the NAN's chairman. Their leaders across the nation are mostly ministers working on the ground daily to improve communities nationwide in the areas of education, healthcare, and criminal justice reform.
Under the audacious leadership of its founder and president, the Reverend Al Sharpton, NAN has grown from its headquarters in Harlem, New York, to include over 100 chapters across the country, with offices in Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Los Angeles, Detroit, and Miami.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! 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 Hug the person next to you, tell him you love.
You know, many times people call Reverend Sharpton Reverend 911 because they will call him before they call the police because they know that he and National Action Network will stand up in a crisis.
And they've been consistently standing up for those in crisis for years.
Time and again, Reverend Sharpton has met with families of victims of police brutality, stood alongside them in their most difficult moments, and fought for justice and change.
Because ever since 401 years ago, the reason we could never be who we wanted and dreamed to be in is you kept your knee on our neck.
NAN's commitment to national police reform has remained unwavering through the decades. Because of this sustained pressure, the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act passed the House, and the Eric Garner Anti-Chokehold Act was signed into law by Governor Cuomo in 2020. Reverend Sharpton and NAN have worked with elected officials on areas of importance to the community, even finding common ground with those on the opposite end of the spectrum. This year, the focus was on voting rights, as voter suppression laws have emerged around the country. On the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington in 2013, NAN formed Youth Huddle as a space for the next generation to organize and continue the work. Whether it was shutting down Interstate 70 in St. Louis to protest a lack of minority contracts to work on a rebuilding project, or the Madison Avenue Initiative, which sought to bring more diversity in corporate and government public service marketing, NAN's focus on expanding equality stretches from the streets to the boardroom. Reverend Sharpton and NAN's impact has always been national as well as international. NAN has taken action against inequality and injustice wherever the need arose. Whether it was protests in support of Trayvon Martin, calls for justice for the Jena 6, rallies to end stop and frisk policing tactics, a 10-day Selma to Montgomery march where Reverend Sharpton broadcasts Politics Nation nightly, or partnering with World Central Kitchen to feed hungry families in the aftermath of a global pandemic, NAN's unyielding dedication to the fight for justice has transformed our national dialogue, changed policy, and touched countless lives. When he founded NAN 3 decades ago, Reverend Sharpton wanted to ensure that action was a key part of his organization, not just words. Every day since, he and National Action Network have fulfilled that mission with grace, dignity, and respect, all in the name of the greater good.
Every obstacle put in our path should remind us of the power we hold in our hands each time we pull that lever or fill in that oval or touch that screen. We just have to harness that power. We've got to create a national network committed to taking action. We can call it the National Action Network.
Or in other words, no justice, no peace.